Y'all getting y'all ass whooped. That's clear. That's clear. You're getting your ass whooped on this stage tonight. Y'all can't.
Anyway,
Hey, Mitch, can you answer this question? Can
I'm
you
pretty
answer
sure
this
y'all can
question,
do this
Mitch? Can you
anyway.
establish, Mitch? Can you establish how you're Jewish according to your mother in the Bible or Torah or Tanakh? Can you establish that, please? Because
Sure, but I'll answer your. Why don't we go to your
is
first question about
my
what
position
does
is my
you do a lot
position
of
is that
talking and you don't
I'm gonna
stop
mute
talking,
up
do you,
after
buddy?
this. I'm gonna mute up after I give my position. My position is that you're an Israelite according to your father or the seed of the father. So can you show me how in the Torah or Tanakh that you're an Israelite according to your mother?
It's probably in the Talmud.
According to tradition, as a reward for continuing to have children during the killing of the firstborn by the Pharaoh, the line of descent was changed from father to mother after the exodus of Egypt.
Wait, say that one
You
more
have any
time.
problems with that?
No, say that one more time. I apologize.
The Pharaoh slaughtered all the children of Israel that were born, correct? Threw them in the Nile?
No.
According to Jewish... No, he did not?
Well, here's can we read it? So this is Exodus 1. And I'm gonna start at verse it says the more they affected, the more they grew.
I don't need to go to verses, buddy. I don't
But
need to go to
this is
verses
for
to
the
explain
audience
to you
because
Judaism. I
no,
don't need to
you
go to
said that he
verses.
slaughtered all the Israelites. He didn't slaughter all of them. He said if it's a female child, you can let the female live. If
I
it's
meant
a
the firstborn. I meant the male children. Male children.
see
Yes.
how you
Okay.
say you
Male
meant
children.
wait, but here's why it's important to read. I'm not being
Please, just stop.
wait,
Just
stop,
stop.
Randy. This is not fair, man. This is not fair.
Calm your ass.
He made a statement that said
okay.
Yeah, you gotta let people finish their thoughts. I think the people arguing with you have maybe have had 30 seconds of uninterrupted talking. We're gonna let Mitch go. Okay, we're gonna let him go. You can disagree with him in a minute.
And we don't stand with the Jews, just so you know.
Yeah, I'm not Jewish either, dude. They're not white.
Y'all standing with him
he
today
doesn't
because
shut
he
his mouth.
just
This
changed.
guy is a maniac.
You just changed your position. You went from saying
Okay.
Pharaoh killed all of them to when I read the scripture, you said no, he only killed. I meant he killed the sons.
Randy,
integrity is important.
Yeah. If you gotta let him talk. Go.
Are we about integrity or about talking?
Right now we're about talking. Mitch.
That's clear. Talking is more important than integrity. So y'all got it. I'm a mute.
Mitch, go
Show
ahead.
how you a Jew according to your mother in the Bible.
Man, you're like a woman. You always gotta get a last word in. Man, feminine. Man, feminine. You know what I'm saying?
So, Mitch, you have the floor. I think it's a double mute, Mitch. Oh, did we lose him? Boxer defeats another enemy? Oh, okay, he's back. Mitch, you have the floor, Mitch. You have the floor.
I had the floor, but then I got dropped, so I don't know. It's either a glitch.
You have it now. Yeah, it was a glitch.
In any case, I'll repeat myself. Prior to the exodus of Egypt, after the Pharaoh was killing the firstborn male children, the male children, and drowning them in the Nile. And we all know the story of Moses. So post-Exodus, the line of descent was changed to the female out of appreciation for the fact that the women, the sacrifices they made to continue having children under such terrible circumstances.
Can we read that? He got quiet. Can we read that somewhere in the Bible? My question was clear because when you go to Numbers, I think it's 1 and 18, and then other verses, when they give the registry, when you go to Chronicles and they chronicleize the lines of the sons, it's always through the sons. It's not through the mothers. There are exceptions of mothers when let's say if a father only has daughters. There's a law that if a father only has daughters, when that daughter marries, doesn't lose the inheritance. There's exceptions to the rule, but the norm is through the son, even after we came out of Egypt. So if you're saying after Egypt they did this, can you read this out of the Tanakh, please? Book, chapter, verse.
Nope. It's part of the oral law.
So once again, this is not in the Torah. Chaataza, what's this in the Talmud, Chaataza? Is that where this is at?
See, you don't seem to understand Judaism, even though you talk about Judaism. You realize that
Wait,
at Sinai, God gave
I was
God.
now asked me to be quiet when he was talking. I got quiet after this last
You can be
exchange, and I
quiet again
showed.
for another second. You could be quiet
When,
for another
but you,
second
why do you have to talk when I'm talking, and then when I go off, y'all get mad and y'all use y'all
because you
white
said
privilege?
something that needs
The
correction.
Jewish, I want everybody to pay attention. Randy and the Jewish people say they ain't the
I'm a
same,
palm
but
tree. How
when
do you
they
know
want
what
to
color I
shut
am?
me up, they
I'm a
will
palm
mute my
tree.
mic. They will join together against me.
So
All
you
of
don't
them,
understand
because
about what the
all white
Torah.
people are all white people. The
So you don't.
Torah does not does not substantiate what you're saying comes out of the Talmud. There's no verse. Show me after Exodus any verse that now makes you the seed through your mother after Exodus
So
that
there
makes you an
is.
Israelite. Show me.
So you understand, maybe you don't, maybe you do, that at Sinai, our tradition is that God gave Moses both the written Torah and he provided him the oral law. And the oral law was passed down father to son orally. So it's not going to be in the Torah.
So what you're saying is made up. When I've had more honest Jewish people talk to me, they told me the truth.
By
They
your
said that
by your standard,
once
the
now
Torah is
you're
made up.
interrupting again. This is the
They were
second
both
time. So
given
when
to God.
I want
They were both
everybody to
given to
pay
God.
attention. I have to let y'all notice because
They are both given
Randy
by
and the
God
other
at
white people
Sinai.
that are all together make it seem like I just start out this way where I overtalk people. But when I get quiet and it's very easy to cut them, they can't sit still. This happened with the per capita with Box. He couldn't sit still. Now Mitch is going through the exact same thing. He can't sit still. Rest in your femininity, nigga, and be quiet. So now, what they're trying to substantiate is that you're Jewish according to your mother. He just admitted that it's not in the Torah, and that's why they are not the children of Israel, because what they teach is not in the Torah at
But
all.
you have this
I'm
misconception
not
that you think
finished.
Judy. I know you never do. God Almighty. Go ahead.
Children
Continue.
of Israel are followers of Christ.
Children of Israel are not followers of Christ. Children of Israel are the children of Israel, whether they follow Christ or not. You're an Israelite. Whether that's like saying you ain't white unless you vote for Trump, or like when Biden said that stupid. Remember Biden said, "If you don't vote for me, you
That's
ain't black." You
actually
can't
true,
take
John.
you.
That's actually
You
true.
funny, Randy. You funny.
That's actually true. You're not
That
white. If you
you
vote for
can't
Trump.
lose your ethnicity based on your belief. You might be stupid for not having a belief, but you don't lose your ethnicity over a belief. And so Jewish people saying you're a Jew according to your mother is not in Torah. Mitch just admitted it.
But you don't seem to understand that Judaism is not just the Torah. There's the oral law and the written law. The Torah
The
is the
oral law where
written
they
law.
suck baby penises.
See, knew you're going to be a racist. That's cute.
That's
Be
not
calling yourself
race.
already.
Wait. How is
No,
it racist if y'all do the practice?
that's not anything in Judaism. You're just making shit up. There is
It's called a moyo.
a moyel. You don't even know what the word. Tell us, what does the word moyel mean?
Listen. You
It's
know
the
What
why
is
I
it?
don't
Wait,
know
wait,
how
wait,
to.
wait, wait, wait,
it's
wait,
the
wait. You said
Abrahamic version
something.
of
Define what you just said.
You
Let's see if you
know.
know
You
even
know
what you're
what.
talking about.
You know what. You know why
What
I
is a
don't know how
moyel?
to. Wait. I'll explain. You know why I don't know how to say that word? Because I would never let no
No, you
nigga
said it
come
right.
and
What
put
does it
his.
mean? You said it
What?
right. What does it mean?
Let
You
me
said it right.
finish. What? What?
You
You and
said
your
it
feelings,
correctly.
man. Okay. Let me
Tell us what it
finish.
means.
Let me
Tell us what it
finish.
means.
I would
Genius.
never let no nigga come and nibble on my son's penis. Ever.
Okay, what does the word moyel mean?
They have medical surgical procedures
You
that
still
could
can't
be
answer the
done.
question.
hold
You
on.
just
Hey,
said
Mitch.
something.
Hey, Mitch.
Answer
Hey,
the
Mitch. Hold
question.
on.
What
Hold on.
does
Hold on.
moyel
Hold on.
mean?
Hey, hold on.
Wait, let him answer the question.
No. 1 second. 1 second. Your community let a lot of black women get raped by R. Kelly. Y'all do a great
Why are
job
we bringing up
protecting
R.
your
Kelly?
people. No, because he's not. Because this like your community, man.
Okay.
You
He
say
gave infants
Boxing.
herpes.
Hey, boxing. You know the difference between R. Kelly and your Jewish rabbis sucking baby penises? R.
uh,
Kelly is a simple ghetto ass dumb nigga from the streets. Your rabbis are supposed to be men of God sucking babies' penises, giving
hey,
them
listen. I
herpes.
was circumcised.
Wait. And they giving them herpes.
And R.
That's
Kelly was
there's a
pissing on
specific
little girls.
okay.
I
There's
don't
a
condone R.
okay.
Kelly. Listen,
Okay.
I don't condone that. But R. Kelly is not a priest that's saying he's a priest
You know
of
the
God.
Jews condone that, and that's
That's
just an
saying that
exception.
God said
Oh
to
my God.
suck this
Okay.
baby's
Okay.
penis on the
Okay.
8th day.
All right.
Show me
Anyways,
where
so
Kelly said he a
you do the
priest,
same.
and so he got to pee on these little girls because he a priest. Show me that.
Okay.
All right. So wait a second. Can I answer, Mr. Can I answer the screaming
I mean,
Hey,
lunatic's?
Randy, thank you, Randy. Hey, Chaataza, you know you can
Randy.
unmute at any time, Chaataza.
Randy,
You can
may
do
I
whatever you
answer the
want.
screaming lunatic for a second? Is that possible?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
The source for where matrilineal descent comes from the Mishnah Kedushin 3:12 and is in the Shulchan Aruch Even Ezra 8-5, and it has to do with the fact that the
Hey,
Mishnah
can you
is the
spell that for
oral.
me so I can look it up?
you don't even
Listen,
understand per capita. Relax,
why am
my
I
boy.
supposed to spell something? You claim to be an
No,
expert on
because when you
Judaism. I
I
just
feel
I
like
quoted
never
the
said I was
central
I never said I was an expert. And if anybody was following, I looked up
Kedushin.
historic. Thank you. Can you spell it for
Kedushin
me, please?
Kedushin 3:12. Spelled the
Kedushin,
way
is that
it's
like K? Is that KH or KA?
No, it's in fucking Hebrew, you moron. It's in Hebrew.
Kedushin.
So
Y'all got K's in there is a K in
Okay,
Hebrew though.
why don't you just stop talking?
Like
And
why
listen?
y'all so touchy? I'm asking for the spelling.
You keep talking. Kedushin.
Okay.
Kidushin.
Thank
3:12.
you.
The Shulchan Aruch Even Ezra.
Kedushin. Okay, got you.
The Shulchan Aruch is the book of laws written by Rabbi Yisukaro, which is in any case, 8:5, and that
You
8:8:5.
said 8.5? Okay, got you. I'm gonna look
In
that.
any case,
Kedushin
the point of the matter is, what you
8.5.
don't understand is that Judaism, you cannot understand Judaism if you don't understand both the Torah and the oral law, which is known as the Mishnah. And the Talmud is simply a discussion of what is the meaning and how to understand the Mishnah. It's just a discussion, for the most part, with allegorical stories in it too that are metaphorical. Regardless, if you don't
Right.
understand the oral law and the Torah, you will understand nothing about Judaism. And obviously you don't.
Well, first of all, that's an assumption that
Not an assumption. You didn't know
yes,
to
it is. You said you don't even know what I'm
when
gonna
I
say.
quoted
But
an
you
essential
don't even know
text
what
of
I'm gonna
Judaism.
say. You don't
I
even know
do.
what I'm gonna say. I said that's a misperception that I don't understand the Torah. I understand the Torah.
If you don't
I never
understand,
said I was an
I'll
expert
repeat
on.
myself more
I,
it's a
slowly this
misperception.
time. I'll
Go
try
ahead,
more
repeat
slowly
yourself.
this time.
Go ahead,
I'll
please,
try more
please, please
slowly
try
this
slowly.
time.
Please, please, please.
If you do not understand the oral law, which is essential to understand the Torah, then you understand nothing about the Torah or Judaism.
Got you. And so that's your position. So your position is if I don't understand the Talmud, because that's the oral law that you're talking about, I cannot understand the
You're
law.
still not listening.
That
I just said the Mishnah.
is the Mishnah in the Torah or is it outside the Torah?
This is like a clown debate. I'm having a discussion about
Well,
basic Jewish
I'm
texts
not
with
even
someone who
being
claims to know
funny.
Judaism.
I don't follow. Listen, I don't
know,
follow.
but if you don't understand the
Okay, so if
Mishnah,
I'm
then
asking
you
you
will
a
not
question
understand the
about,
Torah. You understand that?
if I ask you a question about something I don't follow, I'm trying to know. If you
I
ask me
just
something
said,
in the Torah, so like for example, when I buttoned you down in the Torah, you had to admit when you tried to say that Pharaoh was destroying all the Israelites, and I said no, the only the male sons, you had to admit I was right because I whoop your ass in the Torah. I don't know
You button him
outside. I don't
down.
know the
listen to
Talmud.
me. Every
Button
single
him down.
normal
What are you talking
person
about? Like
understands when I said they're killing the
prison rape
children,
shit?
they understand the male children. I don't have to explain every
No, they
basic
don't
thing to
because
normal human beings.
before I started studying to learn, I didn't know that
Okay.
either. I thought, listen,
Well,
I'll give it.
people who study
This
the
is off
Torah don't
subject
need the
example.
ABCs of the
Mitch, I
Torah
think you should
explained to
pass the
them.
baton. Hey, this is
Yeah,
George.
George, go ahead.
Oh
You
my
have a better
All
God.
baton
right,
than I do.
all
Oh,
right,
they brought somebody else in.
guys. Yeah, guys.
Hey
Aside from the
George, if you
fact,
could do me a
aside from
favor
the
before
fact,
you go, and I'm a
uh,
mute.
no,
No,
not before I go. I'm going, and then you
no, I
can
know you're going.
you
I
can
just want
talk
to
about.
ask if you could just say what lens you coming from, so
No,
I can know where you. I'm
you
just
can hold on.
asking
You'll
what
hear my
lens you
lens.
coming from.
You'll be okay. You'll be okay. You can
Jesus
rest in your
Christ.
He's
Hebrewness for a
Jewish,
minute.
man. It's not that hard to figure out. Click on his
Rest in your
profile.
Hebrewness for a
No, I
second. You'll
don't know.
be
I
all
don't
right.
click on niggas' profile like that.
You can rest in your Hebrewness. All right. Just rest for a sec. All right. So
That's better than
first
femininity.
of all,
Man, you're the one who can't fuck up like a woman. Shut your
You
mouth.
can't make me.
You can't shut up like a woman.
You can't make
Shut
me.
your
No
Look
one.
at you cry. Look at the crybaby. You're a crybaby, man. You're a
You got
crybaby.
your
Look
mouth
at it.
shut.
You damn
Don't
Rabbi
talk.
crybaby.
Rabbi
You can't let another
Taz,
man
Rabbi
you
talk.
guys
Taz.
You
are
can't
all
let another man talk.
genociding.
Hold on, boxing. You're taking the bait so hard right now. I just gotta let you know, he's baiting the out of you.
But he's not letting.
Yeah, we're gonna let George go. Okay, so when I unmute, George is talking. Okay, go
Or
ahead.
else.
All right. So you guys were just like genociding fucking brain cells. Jesus Christ. Okay. So first of all, you guys need to understand who we're dealing with here. We're dealing with so-called Hebrew Israelites. So-called Hebrew Israelites are the same people who purchase Power Ranger outfits, stand around corners. Okay, I'm not sure if these guys are Purple Rangers this week or they're Blue Rangers, but they stand around. Hey, mute up, mute up. Thanks. You'll be okay. Rest in your Hebrewness. Thank you. So your so-called Hebrewness. You stand around on frickin' street corners and you yell at actual, real Jewish people. Like,
Randy.
hey there,
It's the host.
whoever.
It's the host, George. It's
Randy, can you mute
absolutely
up
the
for a
host.
bit? Thanks, Randy. Appreciate you.
Randy, you're unmuted.
Randy, can you mute up? Thanks. Um, these guys stand around on street corners, yell at actual real Jewish people. They yell at freaking Ethiopian black Jewish people, okay, and they try to tell them they're not real Jews, okay. That's the level of stupidity we think we're dealing with, but it's a lot worse than that. You're not talking about people who are stupid. They're actually quite clever because the number one victim of the so called Hebrew Israelites is actually black women. Okay. What you're dealing with is you're dealing with a hate cult. Okay. ISUPK, IUIC, One West, and there's a whole bunch of others have chapters. Okay. These chapters basically take advantage of young people, mostly primarily young black women, but also young black men. They make them pay membership dues. They believe, many, not all chapters, believe in polygamy. They make, oh, by the way, as you guys are laughing, you should know that I did a space on Clubhouse with 9 women. One of them was an aunt. The rest were, I'm sorry, there was 7 women and 2 men, and then another aunt of a young woman who had left, who had escaped these cults. These cults include sexual abuse, they include violence, they include financial abuse, okay? And the idea, right, that anybody would spend time trying to go to scripture and defend Jews and like, are you a real Jew? Are you a Jew? That is the dumbest use of time. No offense to Mitch or boxing, okay? That is the dumbest use of your time. What these guys actually want to do, like their actual their hustle, is they record rabbis, unsuspecting Jews, well-meaning Christians debating them on scripture. They have a practice set of talking points. They go to scripture. What they don't want you to know is they will edit the shit out of all of this, right, of this recording. They put it up on their YouTube channels. And then they actually they pull in poor people. They pull in people who are at a weak point in their life, a difficult moment, and they make them part of their cult. Now, if you think that I am lying, if I'm exaggerating, I'm going to put up a bunch of examples of Jew hatred, anti-white racism, violence, and then I'm going to put up a whole bunch of links of women who have escaped this cult, including an Amazon book by a young woman who escaped this cult. You have to understand who you're dealing with. There is no Jew in the world needs to lower themselves to defending, are you a real Jew? The people who make a claim have to defend that claim. So people running around, right, saying, hey, 100 years ago, Frank Cherry and Crowder decided that they were Jewish, they were Hebrew Israelites. Therefore, I'm a Jew, and my grandfather's a Jew. And you're like, oh yeah, well, tell me, like, do you speak Hebrew? Did your grandfather speak Hebrew? Where the hell are you guys from? And they got nothing. These guys made up a grift, and then they're taking advantage of young black women. It is one of the most anti-black movements, one of the most abusive hate cults you guys have ever heard of. Do not waste your time. I don't plan to waste my time debating them on fucking scripture. These guys are a hate cult, and you should know exactly what ISUPK and IUIC are. You can Google them, and you will see exactly what I'm talking about. I am done.
Hey,
Okay, so
after
in
Chaataza
response,
go, I'm gonna go. You got it, Chaataza.
I appreciate it. I could sit here and talk about how I go by Eastern Parkway and 90-degree weather. You guys are in trench coats and beaver hats. I could sit here
You
and
believe
talk
in
about how I go
polygamy?
through
How many wives
neighborhoods.
you got, bro?
Hey,
Do you,
why,
do,
why,
do you
How
see
many
why you
how
got
I
to
wives do
didn't
you
get
see how I
have?
didn't
interrupted, man?
interrupt you
Why
not
you
one
got
time?
George? He was quiet.
You see how I didn't
Yeah, he
interrupt
was
you not one
quiet,
time?
except with Mitch. You
Are
guys
are you
interrupted
are you
20
getting a
times.
little are you getting a little touchy because I was
Hebrew,
about to
don't
talk
cry.
about
Hebrew, don't cry.
are you getting a
Don't
little
cry,
touchy
Hebrew.
because I was about to
Don't
talk
cry,
about
Hebrew.
once again,
You're from an ancient
are you
people.
getting a little now you see
Oh,
how we were
you got
quiet in the
interrupted.
middle of
Like
while
Mitch
he
got
was talking.
interrupted.
So you don't
No, a
want me
little
to talk so
Hebrew.
you don't want me to talk about your
You got so
neighborhoods where
you
everybody's
don't want
dressed
to
like
answer
Run
what I said
DMC?
about you. You
You
just
don't
want
you
to talk
don't
about our
you
neighborhood.
don't want me to talk about none of
Yeah.
that. Like and
You're a
this is what
All right, one at a time.
you're a
Forty-eight.
weak man.
so
You're a weak ass man.
so
Hey, when you say one at
so
a time,
so
Randy
we
muted
can't
the mic and
respond.
said it's going to be on George, and George got
I
the
have
floor.
never seen such a wussy
So
Hebrew.
Chaataza should have the same thing. This
True
ain't no
fact,
wussy shit.
Chaataza. You got the
Thank
floor.
you.
Oh man, it's much worse than
Hey,
wussy. I'm just not
yeah.
disrespectful to women the way you are.
He just said
How many
Chaataza
teenage
got the
wives you
floor.
got?
You still talking.
Hey,
Bruh.
Tazaryach, how many teenage
He
wives you
just
got?
said Chaataza got the
Tazaryach, how
floor.
many teenage
I
girls
have
you take
none.
advantage
I
of?
have none. So now Chaataza got the floor.
All right, so now once again, so I could sit here and talk about how you have entire neighborhoods where everyone's dressed like Run DMC. We could sit here like you want to talk about we have no criminal history inside of our organization. You guys are defying, you know what I'm saying, the state of New York, building underground tunnels and bunkers inside of your synagogue, fighting with the NYPD. You make your women shave their heads. You have sex between a bed sheet. You guys stink, honestly, just all the way through and through. Now I could sit here and slander y'all. I could sit, which is
You
really
just
not
did.
slander because you could just turn on the news. You know what I'm
These bed
saying?
sheets.
But I could sit here and
Hilarious.
do that. But there's nobody, right, who really doesn't throw a rock and hide their hand more than y'all. Like first of all, y'all broke every treaty that y'all had in Palestine. You said that you weren't going to extend your borders anymore. Now you've completely declared war on them. You want to talk about us and what we do to women? You have women and children that are being murdered inside of the streets right now. You have women and children who are being separated from their families. You're pissing on the dead bodies, Israeli soldiers going over there and laughing at it. You people have absolutely no compassion for anybody else. So for you to turn around and act as if we're the bane inside your existence, you literally oppress every nation under the
You're not
sun.
a
This is
bane in
why
our
the white people
existence.
on the
You're a
other
bane to
side of
your own
this panel
existence. You're not
don't
a bane
even
to
like
our
yo. You
existence,
see
buddy.
now
You're a
you
bane
see
to your
how
own
I have not
existence.
unmuted this entire
You're not a
time.
bane to our
I haven't
existence.
interrupted you.
You're
All I'm
irrelevant to our
asking for is
existence.
to be
Come
shown the
on,
same
Mitch. Let him
respect that I've
finish.
shown you. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? So realistically, what we find is y'all are at the head of all this illegal activity. Y'all are the ones giving babies herpes in Brooklyn because you're blowing baby rod with your rabbis. So don't turn around and act as if y'all are model citizens inside of this society. Meanwhile, while we actually rehabilitate the black community, meanwhile, y'all are destroying entire cities. Get out of here.
It
You
You
is
know,
don't want to
very
black.
hear that.
strange.
So
One
what I
second,
wanted
boxing.
to
One second,
touch on
boxing.
with
You know,
George,
blacks
It's
have the
hey
very
George, what
highest.
you
strange.
said,
So I
some
Hold
of the
got
One
an
stuff
second, one
that
answer
you
to
second.
that.
said,
I
hey
blacks have the
I got
George,
an
highest
hey
answer. He just
George,
penetration rate.
addressed me. No, hold
Blacks
up.
have the
No, hold up.
highest
Hold
Rabbi
up.
penetration
hold
Taz.
on,
rate.
George.
Oh
Can,
my lord, it's like a fucking, it's like all my thoughts all at once. Can argue with you.
Yeah, you guys got to
You
have a little
gotta
bit of
let.
decorum up
We're
here on
gonna
stage.
let George respond
Wait, can I
because
respond first quickly? Give me 2 sentences.
or whoever was responding to the Jewish claims, the claims made about the
Mute
Jews.
doesn't even work on this Mitch guy. That's hilarious.
He's using his Kabbalah magic.
Okay, so we're gonna let
Just a
Mitch and
joke.
George respond, and then Truth can go
Or
after
Mitch.
that.
We're gonna let Mitch
Or
respond.
yeah.
wait, can
It's
Mitch and George and then I go? Because that
Rabbi
would be
Yeah,
a
Taz.
little
Mitch,
Rabbi
he's literally
Taz.
Yeah,
addressing
driving
you.
you
Wait,
Do you mind
George.
if I
Wait,
insane.
wait,
get to
one
Come on.
second.
respond,
George,
please?
wait 1 second. 1 second.
Mitch,
1
he
second.
literally addressed me.
I know. Just let me finish off 2 sentences. You could go, George.
All right,
It's
all right.
very strange to listen to a guy who's claiming to speak for black people, literally touting every trope from David Duke. Now go ahead, George.
No, black people have the highest
Yeah,
STD rate.
thanks.
That's
Thanks.
base.
what I want to say. Black people have the
Thanks.
highest STD
Yeah.
rate.
Base.
Look it up. It's statistically
I
highest
don't
STD
know.
rate.
I don't know if you guys noticed. You guys in the audience noticed, but my assertion that the so-called Hebrew Israelite Power Rangers believe in polygamy, right? It's not every single group, but a lot of them was not challenged, was not even addressed. Okay, I don't know if you noticed, but all these guys have, right, is talking. You don't even know what the fuck a moel is. A moel, right, is literally the person whose job it is to perform a circumcision. And that is not the same thing as a rabbi, right? That is not. You don't know anything about Judaism. Do you guys know like the Hebrew? These guys claim to speak Hebrew. Okay, uh, they say shalom. Okay, they say shalom, shalom shawarma, my Hebrew brother, shalom shawarma. They don't know a single word of Hebrew. When they invented their version of the alphabet, and they call it like Old Hebrew. You guys can Google this. You can see like images of their version, and they call it. It was it like something something kadosh, right? It's there's like a different word and then kadosh, and it's freaking insane. These guys are a joke. They're a joke. And even like what I said about young women being taken advantage of, Tazaryach, I have heard you on Clubhouse try to address that shit. You know, because I've heard you. Lou's heard you, okay? Lots of us have heard you. And you know that there was a problem, and there still is a problem with young black women being abused in the so-called black Hebrew Israelite, LARPer community. This shit is laughable. That's why you aren't a problem for us. You aren't a problem for us at all. We don't care about you existing. We don't care about what you do. You're LARPers. Many of you, not all of you, but many of you, right? Many of these chapters are simply hate cults. And that's all I have to say.
All right, so real fast, when you talk about abuse of women, like P Diddy right now is on video abusing Cassie. He ain't no Israelite, and I bring that up to say people abuse
Did I
people.
bring
It's
up P.
not the
Diddy? Did I bring
I
up
didn't
P. Diddy?
interrupt you. You don't even know the point that I'm making. You said
Okay, go ahead.
nobody
Make your
addressed
point.
you. You said nobody addressed your point, so I'm addressing your point. Fuck up, like we was quiet.
Oh,
So
go ahead. Go
again,
ahead. Yeah.
Diddy is not an Israelite, but yet he's abusing a woman. People abuse people. That's not confined to any ethnicity. That term wife beater, the term wife beater came from a white man with the picture of the wife beater on beating the shit out of his woman. That's what the t-shirt that people wear that they call wife beaters, that come from a white man. People abuse people. So talking about if we're gonna do tick for tat, where we talk about people abuse, that's why nobody addressed what Chaataza said when he talked about what y'all do to y'all women. But that's not what this subject about. When people mention polygamy, which you mentioned, the Israelites was mothered by 4 women. Jacob had 4 wives, 4 of them: Leah, Rachel, Bilhah, Zilpah. That's where the 12 tribes of Israel. And then if you want to say Joseph with Ephraim and Manasseh, that's separate. So there's 4 women that he had. Polygamy is not something that's pushed. It's just something that's allowed. And that's not an Israelite culture. That's every culture except the white man's. Anybody can go in history and say, where was monogamy mandated? And you'll see that's when them Greeks and Romans,
W white people on that one.
and
Civilized.
you'll see when monogamy was enforced, it was by the Romans and the Greeks. But as far as a man having more than one woman, that is not a Hebrew Israelite thing. It's a cultural thing.
Yeah,
The
W white
point
people.
of
Let me
the
say that
point
again.
of
W
why
white
the
people.
point of why we here is that George Black I forgot George Boxing and Mix claims that they are the Israelites or they are
We don't
Jewish.
claim. We're not making any claims. You're coming making claims. You got to back them up.
I'm not making a claim.
You are. You are. You're
Wait, wait,
coming
wait,
up
wait.
with it.
Slow down,
Yeah,
Swifty.
you
Slow down,
are.
Swifty, because again, you know what? For this part, George, I don't mind having a back and forth as long as we're allowed to hear each other. So I don't mind you interrupting me at this point.
Taza. Saying the sky is
I
blue
prefer
is not a
Yak.
claim.
I don't like Taza.
Saying the
I don't
sky
like
is blue
if
is
you
a
could.
fact.
But
We
I'm
are
trying to talk to
factually
George.
what we
Wait.
are.
But
We
hey
are
George,
factually what
see
we
how
are.
you
The
said
fact that
You
you
George,
have
don't. You,
claims,
see
we
how
don't
you,
have
you
you
said
claims.
don't.
nobody's trying to
You
prove
don't
on y'all
discuss
side, and what
scripture
is
with
Mitch doing?
idiots.
Trying to prove. Mitch is doing what you said y'all not trying to
I'm not
do.
trying to prove anything. I'm just making a factual. Sky is blue
Why
and
are you
water is
saying
got
it? Why are
You
you
still
saying it?
screaming. You
Why are
still
you saying
screaming
it though?
because your
You're only
argument lacks
saying it. You're only
Taza.
saying it to
The
make
only
the
reason
point
you
that you
scream,
are who you say you are. So
the
you're
only
trying to
reason,
prove who you are.
the only reason
Why
you
you can't mute up
diatribe,
for your fellow Jewish brother so him
the
and I
only
can
reason,
talk?
the only
You
reason you
can't be quiet
diatribe,
for George.
the only
You
reason you
saying
use
you
a
can't be
super
quiet,
mic
so you can't be
and you
quiet for
never stop
George.
talking is because
So
you
you
know that your
saying you can't
arguments
be
have no
quiet for George
foundation.
right now. I
So
clearly
you
said let
overtalk.
me and George.
Good.
I was
You can
already
stop for a second.
talking.
You could stop for a second. You know that you could
But
stop for a
wait,
second.
no. Wait, I
You
can
just use.
stop. But
I
I was the
know
one talking,
that's
and I
you lack
asked to have a back and
self-control.
forth with George.
Great, I can have 2 sentences, and
Can
you'll
we
live.
make this more fun? Can
Hey,
we
George,
be
just
quiet
know
about
he's
it?
gonna do.
No. Let's
here,
make this more fun. Fuck this.
You
Why is
scream,
polygamy?
and you use a super mic
Hold on,
because you can't.
Mitch,
You know
relax.
I
your
don't have no
arguments have no
super mic. This
foundation.
is a Plantronics Bluetooth.
Mitch, relax.
This ain't no super mic.
Okay,
This is a Plantronics Bluetooth.
Let me
Well, I
address the
never heard of
polygamy
no
thing.
Plantronics.
Let me address the polygamy thing again.
Go to
So
Amazon. It's called
okay,
Plantronics Voyager 5200 Bluetooth.
Okay,
That's
you're
all
still
it is,
screaming.
man.
No, let me
You're
talk.
still screaming louder than everybody else because
I'm
you know
not
your arguments
screaming.
lack.
Can we move along with the hands?
Your arguments lack foundation.
Is polygamy, Mitch? Let me talk. So polygamy is a white people's thing, right? Or non-polygamy, right? Singular marriage, right?
I don't want to say that. I don't want to say
But
that.
no, you said that.
No, I said a mandate. What I mean by mandate, and I'll give it right back to you, Boxing. What I mean by mandate is legally you can only be married to one woman. That's what I mean by mandate.
That's a good thing.
Meaning like in America,
Yeah,
but
that's
it's only
awesome.
just a legal, right? But it's only just a legal paper. Like it's just paperwork.
And you think it's good for that not to occur?
I'm only addressing George saying that we teach polygamy.
What he's saying,
If he
hold
doesn't,
on,
a
hold on,
boxing,
hold on.
if
Yeah,
he doesn't,
I'm gonna clarify because I know what you're saying. What he's saying, it's like it doesn't matter. Like it's the culture.
yeah, we don't push it, right?
Yeah, it's like their religion allows for it the same way Islam allows for violence, but like in America culturally, most Muslims aren't going to be violent in the same way that most Hebrew Israelites won't be polygamous. It's a cultural.
Well, I
thing
won't go that
based
far,
on
Randy.
location.
Because like only thing I'll say, Randy, just to add is that you can't go into an American system and be legally married to more than one woman. That's what I'm saying.
Because it's cultural. That's what I'm
Right,
saying.
exactly, right, exactly. But it's not like we go out there and say, "Oh, you only got one wife, man. You need 5." We don't do that. And I'm only in boxing. I'm only responding because George brought it up twice. The first time he brought it up, Chaataza didn't address it. He said we didn't address it, so I'm responding to him bringing that up. I wouldn't have brought it up otherwise.
Yeah. So the reason,
keep going with the hands now.
So the reason, guys, the reason I brought this up, right, was
After George, go ahead, Truth.
because when young black women who try to escape from their husband, where they're wife number 2, wife number 3, wife number 4, and they're not legally married and they have no rights, but their money from their job has been taken from them, their car, their property has been taken, and then they're occasionally beaten if they're disobedient, right? When young black women talk about this to me and to thousands of people on stages on Clubhouse, right? And when they are still anonymous because they're still scared. They're still scared of retribution or even being killed or beaten by the camp that they escaped. They're called camps, by the way. All right. That is why I bring it up, because this concept of polygamy, right, is used by many members of ISUPK, IUIC,
No,
One
you can't
West,
speak for
and other
ISUPK.
and other camps, right, in order to take advantage of young black women and hurt them. And I'm quoting.
And so, George, that was the reason that I
One
brought
sec.
up.
One sec. One sec.
I clearly said I wanted to have a back and forth with you.
Back and forth means let me finish a sentence, and then you
Back
can
and
do it.
forth means we can talk to each other, and it's
You're
not looked
very
at as
good at
being
waiting
rude.
until someone finishes saying their sentence. It's okay. Rest in your
I
Hebrewness for a
am.
minute. Rest in
I
your
am.
Hebrewness. Yeah, that's good. That's
The
good.
only
Yeah.
people touchy is
Yeah.
y'all
The
tonight.
Hebrew.
You can't shut the fuck up. It's hilarious.
Look at
This
her.
guy's
Look at her.
hilarious.
Look at
Abide.
Mitch. Look
Just
at her.
abide.
Look
Abide
at
a
her.
minute. Abide a minute. I'm finishing my sentence, then and then it's back to you.
No problem.
So listen, Hebrew, okay? I absolutely don't need to discuss scripture with you. I'm a Jew. I don't need to. I'm not making a claim. I just exist as a Jew. I was born a Jew. My father's a Jew. My mother's
We
a
know,
Jew.
nigga.
My grandmother's a Jew. My great grandmother's a Jew. Going back 2,000 years to Babylon, when parts of my family walked on foot from Babylon to the mountains of Georgia. Okay, and that's only part of my family. Now I don't need to
You should
defend
tell
that.
him we're a
Hold
republic
on,
of
hold on.
Georgia
And I'm
because
going to encourage
he thinks it's
every
in
Jew
America.
who's
He doesn't know.
listening
He
to
doesn't
this,
understand.
Hey, but
and
then
every Jew.
George. Hey,
And
George, before you
hold on. I'm
go,
going to finish my sentence, then it's back to you. It's one sentence, and it's back to you. You're going to be okay. Relax. I'm going to encourage every single Jew on this stage: do not engage in a Jew debate. do not engage in, oh, I'm going to prove I'm a
Oy
Jew.
vey, shut
Do
it
not
down, Jews.
do not
Don't engage.
engage in that. That is demeaning to us. They, right, the so-called Hebrew Israelite Power Rangers, can go into a space and they can try to prove that they're actual Jews or actual Hebrews, or that they know the word Hebrew, and know what the moil is, that they even know what a rabbi is. They can do all that. Let them have their party. Do
Mhm.
not lower yourself into scriptural debate with these fools.
No, I agree, but
Okay,
also
so
I want to know
George,
his
with that
hold
said,
on,
hold
I want
up,
to know his
wait.
camp. Is
Boxing.
camp spelled
George
with a
said I
C?
could go
Is
after the
camp spelled with a
sentence.
C or
No, man.
Yeah,
is
see,
Actually,
And
it's
camp
then,
spelled.
spelled
Yeah,
with a
and
you
boxing
at
is
gotta
C?
go
spelled.
that,
after
I'm
it,
out.
George.
Boxing is spelled
This
with a.
isn't
It's
going
camps
anywhere.
is
This
spelled.
is
Camps
known
is
as
This really
spelled
isn't going
C A
anywhere.
M
Your
P S.
conversation.
goodbye.
All right, so he really didn't ask you anything. He kind of just pontificated about being Jewish. So we're going to go to Truth and hear his thoughts real quick.
Thank you. So, I mean, a lot of points have been made just with respect to consistency and what they call rabbinical law. So, Moses came around was sometime between 14th and 13th century BC. So, their claim to the Talmud is you just got passed orally. Well, I mean, that's as accurate as playing a game of telephone. Details are going to get lost, there's going to be misinterpretations. And guess what? As it turns out, it's absolutely not the law of God. And they admit this themselves. It's not God's laws. They're man-made laws and rules created over hundreds of years ago. It's canonized around 500 AD, give or take. It's racist in an extreme form of what they consider their interpretation of their religion, that they stand by and defend. So that's point number one with respect to accuracy. Why would you just be passing them? People never ask. Use some freaking common sense. Why would it just be passed orally for almost 2,000 years? Why wouldn't you write anything down? Well, because it never was. You guys made it up and you continue to modify it, and that's why it's not a reliable book. It's not the book of God, and you can make of it as you wish, but it's essentially been weaponized to be able to carry out the genocide they're doing in Israel, among other crimes that they commit, which they then justify through their book. It allows them to do it. So now, what's more accurate than citing what some rabbis have actually said? Because when I interpret the Talmud, what do I know? I'm just a goyim. I'm a Gentile. Well, let's read what what's his name? Rabbi Shimur Zalman said, all non-Jews are evil by nature. The Jews are the crown of creation. The non-Jews are the scum of the earth. So that's his interpretation from the Talmud. Let's keep going. Rabbi Yitzhak Ginsburg, we have to recognize the Jewish blood and the blood of a goy, Gentile, are not the same thing. Every law that is based on equating goys and Jews is completely unacceptable. Rabbi Yitzhak Ginsburg again, the blood of the Jewish people is loved by the Lord. It is therefore redder, and their life is preferable. 1 million Arabs are not worth a Jewish fingernail. Rabbi Yaakov Perrin. And I can go on. I think you get the idea. Anyone that can embrace this satanic book and admit that, this is in any way, shape, or form word of God, embraces that racism, to think that God is racist, that he created a separate class of people that he preferred to the rest. Whereas common sense would dictate we're all created equal, our blood is the same. But apparently, these people who think they're entitled to a piece of land and that they're the chosen ones are just inherently racist, and they use their book to justify it. But then when you start criticizing and understanding it, they want to immediately shut down the discussion. Why is that? And why
Okay,
is it
before
why would they go off on Jesus Christ, and they're once again in their own sacred Talmud book that one of the individuals here mentioned that he embraces, where it says that Christ is boiling, rotting away in his own excrement and his own semen. How can anyone actually embrace that kind of ideology? Because that's what it is. It's not a religious belief, but yet this is what they believe and this is what they espouse. And then when you bring it up, they tell you you're not allowed to because, well, you're goy, you don't understand. But then when you read off what the rabbis say, or you read off what Peter Schaefer says, who is another individual brought me onto, he was the director of the Jewish Museum in Berlin, and 45 Jewish scholars would validate what his thoughts were, and that Jesus in the Talmud is 100% accurate, which is what I cited. They actually believe that he's rotting away or burning away in his own excrement and semen. That's the
so
fact. That's what
truth,
they
truth,
All
believe,
truth.
right,
and they've also
Randy,
been known to
am
kill
I
Not
their
to
allowed to
set
own
respond to
down
this
truth,
prophets.
but
diatribe?
we're
So
gonna
this is an
truth.
evil
Randy,
sect
may I?
that should be
Yeah,
challenged, and your
truth. We're gonna
Talmud is
let
man-made and fake.
All right,
truth.
all right, all right.
We're gonna
Enough of
let
the
Mitch
autistic
And why are there
diatribe.
two
May
respond.
I,
versions of it?
Randy?
Why would you need two versions? Why
Randy,
do
may
you
I
only
Truth.
have? Why do you
respond to
need
the
a Jewish
diatribe?
one and a
Yeah,
Babylonian
hold
one?
on. Truth.
Why would
You're
you not
gonna
just have
have to.
one?
You're gonna have. You asked 3 questions. You're gonna let Mitch respond, and then we're gonna go to Black Wolf because they're new up here. Go ahead, Mitch. You
So
have the
bringing
floor.
up fake quotes is a classic of our friend T. Teller. He brings
That
up,
fake.
he tries to bring up a quote from Rav Shneur Zalman Auerbach, which he can't even pronounce the name, which is hilarious. Then he tries to, so he also quotes fake things about the Talmud, and this is his narrative to demonize Judaism. Judaism does not, nor does the Talmud say what he claims about the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. The Talmud does not say he is in shit in hell. This is referring to the student of Rav Yeshua ben Frachia, who lived 100 years difference from Jesus. He was not the student, Jesus Christ was not the student of Yeshua ben Frachia. And it has to do with the story about the student who leered at a woman, and for that he was condemned by his rabbi. But it has nothing to do with Jesus. The name of Jesus, Joshua, or some people say Yeshu, however you want to pronounce it in the original Hebrew, was a common name, the same way John is a common name in English. So many people think that what is the name, in fact, Jesus was one of the, he's referred to anonymously, but he's one of the rabbis who is mentioned in the Talmud as a learned person, not as someone who's sitting in shit in hell. But using fake quotes of Rav Shneur Zalman Auerbach or Rav Yitzchak Ginsburg is a classic trope that Taylor does. He has no source for it. He just makes this shit up. He also has his claims about the Talmud, which are also fake or out of context, especially the one about Jews are allowed to have sex with 3-year-olds, which is also insane. The Talmud defines even to look at a child inappropriately is considered the crime of rape. You're not even allowed to look at a child or try to seduce with your eyes, let alone, God forbid, to touch a child. So you're going to hear a lot of tropes and a lot of silly things about Judaism, but
So what
that's the
about the
nature of
Jews
these
that
people.
stand up for pornography? That's looking at a
Oh, I
naked
love that other one. They put up a
man.
picture of some lawyer for, I think it's YouPorn or Pornhub, when in fact that is actually owned by a Syrian Canadian, but not owned by a Jewish guy.
It is owned by a rabbi, actually. He took it over and he runs it. I
No,
have
that
the
guy
but
is
paperwork.
actually a
And again,
lawyer
you never address the fact.
who
Why would
apparently
they?
works
Why would they
for.
pass on?
I wasn't
Why
trying to
would they
go on.
pass
Wait,
on sacred
boxing, hold
laws for
on.
2,000 years
One
without
second, one
writing
second.
anything down?
Man,
You
hold
I'll
want to
on,
finish.
claim
gang.
to the
Like, I
word of
know
God?
I'll
y'all
That's a
see
finish.
my
bunch of
hand up
nonsense.
here. Like, I get it. Y'all been
From
All
ignorant
right,
for a
Black,
from
hot
whatever,
second.
just
1314th
So, like,
century
I have
Truth,
one
to
more
500
sentence.
AD, nothing written down. Why the fuck wouldn't
I
you write
have one
shit
more
truth,
down?
sentence and
Why
then
don't you
I'll go
address
on.
that?
I have
truth.
one more
Listen,
sentence.
if
This is the
you can't
classic thing they'll
like,
do. They'll take a
I,
picture of some lawyer from a law firm in
Hold on,
Ottawa
Mitch.
and
I
claim
gotta
he
talk
owns.
real quick. Thank you. And I don't mean that in a rude way, but I do have to say something. Truth. The whole point of the debate is the Hebrew Israelites and the Jews kind of combating each other. So I don't mind you being up here because we're both Christians, but let's not stop the flow. And then we're gonna let Mitch finish his sentence. I'll let him repeat himself, say what he wants, and then we're going to Black. So go ahead,
I'll
Mitch.
just finish.
Fair enough.
This is.
He
I have two
mentioned the
sentences.
Talmud. I think it needs to be
Do
addressed.
you not hear Mitch will finish? Did you not hear that? Respect the
Yeah,
host.
it was one
I
sentence,
know
Mitch.
that's
One
what
sentence.
you will finish. You'll wait. In any case, I have two things to say, and then I'll be done. The classic thing is to take a photograph. This is an example of some Ottawa lawyer from a law firm and claim he's the owner of a website for pornography, despite the fact that everybody knows it's a Syrian Canadian. Number two, when claiming about the fact that Judaism has oral law, that is normative for the history. The Quran itself, for those who are Muslim, and we do believe that truth is a convert to Islam, was orally transmitted before it was written down. Written down by one of the writers of the Quran was Ibn Shak, for example, who happened to descend from Jews and converted to Islam. So oral tradition and oral passing of text is a commonality to both Judaism and Islam.
word. Yeah, man. What up, Randy? Shout out to the room real quick, man. I sat down there in the listeners for a hot second, and I like heard the gentleman up here going back and forth, like boxing, going back
Word.
and forth with that good brother Taz. And I'm just trying to understand, first and foremost, listening to everybody say the word belief a million times in a conversation, first it blows me because these are men right here, and I'm wondering, like, dang, y'all lead with this type of emotion in the word belief. The word is belief, not fact. So I'm really trying to find out which one of you men up here that's been doing all of this has a book that wasn't written by a corrupted man that you actually know for a fact is the actual truth. Because we're all like sitting here stamping it like we got it figured out entirely because the guy that you trust is smarter than the guy that they trust because it wasn't that much. And he was green and he was black, he was blue, and we all want to go off those belief systems. These people are the ones to actually follow. Now, where's anybody using the transparency or the logic there? Because it's a lot of folks here really saying one person is dumber than the next on a belief. I believe the tooth fairy's stronger than all you motherfuckers. So now what? Now we got a whole different debacle, right? And this is where I'm like really wondering, because it's like y'all call yourselves men, but y'all can't even let the terminology make sense when we're talking about beliefs. Like this whole Jewish ideology thing, a man said these people are allowed to pick this mindset, right? And men aren't perfect. So in what aspect is any that we having a conversation based on transparency? Or is everybody here full of shit? You know what I'm saying? Because like this is where I have an
Black,
unbiased
where do
approach to the
you
whole religion.
stand on this? If I can ask, like,
Wait, say again.
where do you stand on this? Are you a Hebrew Israelite? Are you a Christian?
I'm agnostic. I'm agnostic. I understand a lot of these sides of the religions. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I even heard that one
So you
brother
don't
up here
believe in
that was.
anything?
Yeah, no, it's not a belief in anything. It's a neutrality mindset
It's an
until somebody
unbelief.
brings actual
It's
evidence
an
forward.
unbelief, is what it
And I
is.
think that's called common sense,
He's
right? Where we
enlightened.
live in a
Nah, you
world
gotta
where
So you're
nobody
enlightened.
has
stand
an
on
So you're
actual,
Chaataza.
enlightened.
absolute,
So you're enlightened.
hardcore evidence for people to actually rely on that they could sufficiently back up with proof and theories and tests. Because one thing we don't talk about in these conversations is how often is religions and beliefs allowed to be tested outside of what people tell them? Like, do
Well,
y'all
Black.
allow people to actually openly test and combat your,
Well,
belief
Black.
system?
I'm not gonna lie. So I am a very religious Catholic. We have some very religious Jews in here. Some very religious. Well, I
And
guess
that's
Hebrew
okay.
Israelites
I
aren't
don't want them to
religious.
change it up. I
No.
want to keep
But
this
what
as
I'm saying is, I don't really see your comment. You're just coming up here and being generally
right. Like,
negative.
okay. Like,
Like,
look. If you're
what
gonna
is
move,
the
like, bro,
what
if
is
you
the
want to
land
see
the
it,
plane?
do you have the ability to put your belief to the side to see another point of a conversation, or is your belief the
Well,
lead for
that's the
everything
found.
that you
Well, that's what
improve in a
religion
conversation?
means.
Well, I
Well,
mean,
Religion
see,
no,
that
no.
depends
Listen to
on
where.
a
Hold on,
black.
brother. Listen to
Hey,
where I'm
black. I
coming
heard your
from with that,
question. Hey,
right?
black. Hey, black. I
Hold
heard
on.
your question. You said, can you put your belief to the side and hear where another person is coming from? And yes, you can. If we're, let's say if you and I are having a conversation, and I heard you say you're agnostic. I don't know enough about agnostic to just say, well, you ain't shit because you follow agnostic. So I'm going to ask you questions. I'm going to want to learn. That's not a debate. That's not a battle. I think people have a misperception as to what this room is. This room is predicated on a battle, or some people say debate. I like the word battle. So we're here to substantiate
Yo, take a
who.
sip, man. I don't want to hear you eating. It's disgusting.
Relax. So we're here to
Disgusting.
substantiate who's who according to the text that we believe in, which is the Torah and Tanakh. So
No,
that's why I
I
went.
mean, exactly, right there, Taz. That's
Yes,
my
I don't know what
point.
the stock
You
is.
literally back up. This
So
is
your
why I sit
point
in the
is you don't
neutral
have a
perspective.
point.
I sit in the
You're not
best seat
making
in
a
the
But
point.
house.
black, hey, but black. What I'm saying, though, black. When you say so I clearly answered your question that you can.
Brandon,
But
this is the whole space and everything.
this is
But
a room that was curated to go back and forth on who is who. So when you say
No,
I
no,
don't understand,
Hold on, Yacht. I'm not gonna have him derail because he doesn't know what to
well, you
believe in.
don't let a couple people derail.
Yeah, and I
So
just wanted to
But
point
this
out
is
that
a
we got the
different
holy
type of
war going on
derailing.
now.
Like, you don't get to come up here and say, "Well, fundamentally, I disagree with the foundations of this." Like, shut up, nerd. Like, pick a religion, be Christian, get over it. Like the obvious.
well, I wouldn't say be Christian though, but you could be
No,
Christian
but
though,
that's my
Randy.
point. Like, the debate is between Jews and Hebrew Israelites, and I'm going to keep it that way. So
And now Islam.
yeah, now Islam, I guess. But I'm gonna throw it back to the floor.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Can I just do a brief
derail.
recap and then y'all can do what y'all want?
no.
Because I think we had a 2 hour
Yeah.
boxing.
So I'm gonna
Y'all
let.
talk. We didn't say nothing.
Yeah, hold on.
I
I'm
ate
gonna
my
let.
tacos. I was
No.
eating
I'm gonna
tacos.
say something. No.
Yeah,
I'm
on the
gonna say
boxing
something.
though.
You've been talking nonstop. I'm gonna say something, man. First off, like you never answered. Was camps with C or K? We all
I did. I said
Yeah.
C. I spelled it for you. I said C-A-M. I spelled it. I did answer that.
Okay. You going with the white man's English? I understand. Anyways.
Well, we know y'all don't want them cams. Y'all motherfuckers got burnt up. Y'all got cooked in that oven.
It is
So
what
I'm
it is.
pretty sure you probably hear camp and get terrorized. Like, you better
I'm
be
good.
careful. Because I can fuck with you too. Y'all Jewish bastards, Hitler said y'all want to be black. Let me put y'all in the oven and make you black. Is we going there or we going somewhere else?
I mean, I'm good with it. I mean, that's history. At least
Okay,
right
no
now.
sweat, no sweat. Look,
You
I'm
know,
I'm
yeah,
fine with that. We just gonna stay right there
yeah.
then.
It's funny. I made fun of your lack of English, and you went there, but that shows your lack of
Y'all
input.
been making fun of blacks this whole time.
You make
You
fun of
said
yourself.
you
Like
said we on
I repeat it.
welfare. You said we
I
on
repeat it.
welfare.
You
Y'all said we
said.
beat out women. I did
I
not
said.
say
I
that. You
said
said
that.
that. You said that.
It was under the premise. It was under the
No,
premise.
you said
You
that
weren't
we're
gonna let the
on
white man talk.
welfare.
You weren't gonna let the white man talk. I was saying that America has done a lot to make up for his
Right, and you brought up welfare as one
Randy,
of
you
them.
got to stop this loser from screaming. This is ridiculous. No one hears
I'm not
anybody else.
screaming, man. I can't
Yeah,
help it if I got a good
yeah,
mic, man. I'm
yeah.
not
I mean, you are
screaming.
kind of
Yeah,
loud. Just
yeah. You're gonna let. We're
In
gonna let
fairness, I
boxing.
don't know that, so I'm
Yeah,
gonna try to stay
we're
calm.
gonna
I don't
let
know that my
boxing.
mic is that good.
I mean, I'm
This
gonna
is
be honest. They're so loud that I was like watching a movie in a movie theater, and I heard them from outside the movie. Like I was watching like a white person's movie, and
Well,
I
that's
heard them
definitely
from
why you're losing this debate. You're in the movie theater. You said that like that's a
No, I'm
flex.
talking about no.
You
I
said
went
that's
to go
like
see a
that's a flex.
movie. I went to go see a movie,
He said
and
that
they
like
were
that's a
so
flex.
loud
They so
that I was
loud.
like, "Yo,
They hear me in the
Tawanda!"
movie theater.
And then because I was seeing was it Napoleon, and you guys don't.
Come on, Randy. He walked
Nah.
into
Since you
that
guys,
one, Randy. He
Oh
walked
my
into that one, Randy.
Okay, yeah. He
no,
did walk
that
into
was not
that
as good
one,
as
so
mine.
we're
Okay,
gonna let boxing go.
yeah,
Boxing.
okay.
Go ahead.
So before you derailed my actual joke, I was watching Napoleon. It's a shitty movie. It's about history, and since you guys clearly don't care about history, you guys are not in the movie theater. And I heard outside, "Yo, Tawanda," and I'm like, even them outside movies, you guys have to interrupt. Not even fucking movies. So yeah, you're loud, okay? But I don't like get philosophy. Again, it's all like nonsense. And again, you're denying the polygamy aspect of it. And I am glad that we live in a society, or white society, whatever you could define me as white or not. I don't. But the point is, you define me as white. I know Hoplite does and Randy doesn't. It's okay. It doesn't matter. The point is that the way that you are describing like your society versus white, like it's not. You're not winning. It's not like a W. Like it's kind of clownish. And per capita, like I would like everybody to understand the use of it. It's not done like you guys do it to yourself. There are black people who do understand the concept of it. But when you apply that in any discussion, I just stop listening because you don't understand logic and reasoning. If you can't apply that, then I'm just done. I'm just giving you a technique. Nobody will respect what you say when you do that. Ultimately, right? Because it literally means nothing when you say this one person died. I mean, again, it's all nonsense. But yeah, I got nothing else to say. You guys have a
Okay.
good one. Randy, you're welcome for content. Yourself.
Okay, Jew.
thank
Randy.
you.
Hey,
Hold
boxer.
on.
Hey. Oh,
Randy,
if I could go.
were we ever
If
going
I
to get
could.
back to
Wait,
his
hold on, Mitch. Wait,
claim
hold on,
about
Mitch.
Yeah.
Song of
Hold on.
Come
Solomon?
on, man.
Hold on. I want to talk to boxing real quick, and then we can get back into it. Boxing, thanks for coming, man. Had a lot of fun. I appreciate we could put the beef aside for 2 hours. So, thanks for coming, man. Have a good
All right,
night.
Randy, remember we had this Song of Solomon thing?
Wait. Hey, Randy, it was on me after Mitch, man.
No,
I mean,
you
after
went.
boxing.
You
I did
went
not
with
go.
boxing. So we're gonna hold
I
on.
did not.
You've been
For the
Y'all-
going the
sake
whole
of it,
time.
for the sake of argument, yeah, we're gonna let Mitch bring up his thing. It'll be the
So
last topic.
he brought up the fifth verse
Yeah.
of Shir HaShirim, which is Song of Songs, which he called falsely the Song of Solomon, but okay, whatever. So it says, Shchorani, v'neva benot Yerushalayim k'lo keder kirat Shlomo. Translating, I am dark, I am black. So what he doesn't understand is the Song of Songs is one of the most metaphorical texts. In order to read it, you cannot read it literally. It is completely metaphorical and allegorical, and is referring to deeds. I am dark in my deeds. If you think that is referring to the color of his skin, that makes no sense, because in Judaism doesn't care what the color of your skin is. Ethnicity, color, race is irrelevant. That's why we have Jews of all color. We have Arab Jews, we have Chinese Jews, Indian Jews, white Jews, black Jews, and color does not matter in Judaism, and especially in the text of Judaism.
Yeah, now let me tell you what. So I'll read this by Friedman and Simon, Midrash Rabbah, Songs of Solomon, page 51, going back from 1939 when it was published. And it says, the one rabbi says that they were black at that time, that the passage black but comely from Songs of Solomon means I was black in Egypt, but comely in Egypt. This is what your rabbis is saying. Shut up, bro.
No, you could read it. I'll read it to you. I'll read it to
That's
you
your
directly.
rabbi. Wait. Your rabbi just cut you.
You don't understand. See, you still don't get it.
I had
you
this. I
still
had this
do not
open, just
understand.
waiting
You
for someone
still
to
do not
address it.
understand. You
Hold on,
still
Mitch. This
are
is
not
our
smart.
time. Mitch, this is our time. Randy
No.
made us be quiet for no. It is our time now to talk.
Black in
We would
Egypt
listen. We
refers to the
heard. We
fact
let
of their
truth go.
lack.
Hold on. We let George go. You
You
go.
still
Black
don't
go.
understand.
Truth
You
go.
actually
Now
don't
it's out.
understand Medrash Rabbah.
You don't know
You
what we
still don't
understand because
understand
we
that.
ain't even finished talking.
Black in Egypt
Excellent.
doesn't refer to the color
Chaataza.
of their skin. It
Chaataza.
refers to the fact
Excellent.
that the
Chaataza.
Jews were on the lowest level
Excellent
of
work.
purity because they had
Excellent
descended into
work.
idol worship.
Got him.
So
And it means
now,
they're black
what I
in
want to do,
deeds, not black in the
because
color of their
no
skin, you silly
problem.
Billy.
Okay, no
Everybody
problem.
who's
So,
Jewish understands that.
Randy,
You can't even read Medrash Rabbah
look how you
properly.
got to keep
And you
talking.
use it as a
Look how you
quote.
keep talking. Look
That's
how you got to keep
Hold on.
hilarious.
talking.
What was your question for me, Yacht?
But Randy,
No, look.
here he is
Wait,
quoting
Mitch,
Medrash
wait,
Rabbah
hold on. How you
and does not
gonna
even
cut off when
understand
it's
Medrash
not
Rabbah
your
itself.
time?
You
Like,
don't even know how to read the
Mitch,
text.
Mitch.
Wait a
I
second.
will-
He's
I
trying to
promise
take
you-
a Hebrew text that he doesn't understand and translating it, believing it means the color of someone's
That
skin.
Hebrew word is
it means
shakar. What does it mean? What does it
shorah,
mean?
not shakar.
What does it mean?
Shakar.
What does it
means
mean?
black, but it's referring to black of deeds, not black in the
Solomon
skin color.
wouldn't
You
have
silly
had no
Billy.
black deeds when he was in the right spirit with the Most High. He was the
See,
wisest man.
in
Look, I just
Judaism,
want to finish. Wait, slow
in
down,
the
Swifty.
Judaism,
They were
Slow
talking
down.
Torah,
about
When
the
it in
people of Israel
Judaism,
committing
the
in
white is the
Judaism,
Torah.
pure. In Judaism, when it says they're pure
Tazara.
and they're
Hold on a
ruddy,
second.
that's when. Why I
Tazara.
gotta
In Judaism, the
why
Torah is referred to
we not?
light,
Well,
and therefore the absence of
here's the
Torah.
problem with you saying Judaism. You
Well,
couldn't
that's the tradition I
substantiate
follow,
your Torah.
and this is a
You couldn't substantiate you
Tazara.
being an Israelite
Tazara.
by your mother in the
Tazara.
Torah, but you could in Judaism. So the
I
argument
explained to
that you
you.
have is
I've already explained that
invalid.
to you. I've already
I
explained
know,
that to you.
I know you. I'm not saying that you didn't.
All right.
But what I'm
Take a
saying
deep
is,
breath and listen for
Judaism
1
does
second.
not hold a
One
candle or is
sentence.
more authoritative than
1
the
second.
Torah or Tanakh. It's just not.
Okay, just stop for 1 second. You are translating into English a text that is in Hebrew. And in Judaism,
You doing the same thing. You said that word means black.
Stop.
So you took a Hebrew word and I won't stop because it's my time to
I
talk
know,
and you
'cause
keep
you're
interrupting me.
fearful
You
of
was not
anybody
interrupted
hearing-
when you read that
You are
Hebrew Yiddish.
fearful anybody
You was not
hearing
interrupted.
factual information
I've
other
been
than your
quiet
diatribes.
for like
You are
20 minutes
fearful.
while Truth, Black,
You are fearful to have
George,
anybody say-
and Box talk. When
You
y'all
are
talked, I
fearful
did not
of even a
unmute.
sentence. You are fearful of even a sentence. In Judaism, the Torah, good deeds, mitzvot, are referred to light. The soul is referred to as spark of light. And dark, shorah, is reference to the absence of that. So when he refers to himself, both in Shir HaShirim and in Medrash Rabbah, he is referring to the darkness of one's soul in the absence of Torah. That's what it's referring to, but you don't understand the actual Hebrew language, so you're taking an English translation without understanding the context of what is being said, either in Shir HaShirim, Song of Songs, and in Medrash Rabbah. So it's ridiculous that you're trying to quote a text that you don't even know how to read.
So now that he's finished, because he said he needed to get out a sentence, it don't just say I'm black, it says comely. So
Says we was
so when it says black and comely, it's saying black and beautiful. That's what Song of Solomon. It's a duet. It's about. So anyway, what I wanted to do was the same thing that Box did. I appreciate Randy bringing us out here. I just want to do a brief recap. We gave y'all 2 hours of whooping these white boys' ass. They could not substantiate. I just want to.
Wow.
Randy, we did. Randy, we did.
What do you mean? What you got?
Oh, but Randy, you know, I think all of y'all is white, though. I'm sorry.
I
Okay, I'll rephrase it for you, just for your sake. We spent 2 hours whooping these Jewish boys' ass. That's better, Randy?
Yeah, you can't just lump us all in, dude. I didn't even say nothing.
All right, no sweat, no sweat. We spent
you
2
guys
hours
get
whooping
tethers, we
these.
get tethers too.
Shut up, man. We've been whooping these Jewish boys' ass. They could not substantiate if you're an Israelite according to your father. This guy, Mitch, admitted that it's not in the Torah or Tanakh. When I brought out Exodus and asked them what was their skin tone, what was Moses' skin tone, they try to say tan, even tan is brown because they was not white. Chaataza read the source from their rabbi that clearly proved that Solomon was black. So the argument or debate was who were the Israelites and who were not. They spent more time talking about polygamy and abuse and all this other old nonsense. Randy, I appreciate you bringing myself and Chaataza on your platform.
Yeah,
Fire room as always. We can always do something again. You know, you have my
Quick
yeah.
thing, if you are gonna go, would you mind staying for like a short little question answer thing? I just got a lot of questions queued up. It won't take very long.
Randy, can I at least respond to the
Okay, if the
claim of
questions
comely,
I
which
do
he
got a
doesn't even
2 hour.
understand that word either?
Wait, Mitch, why are you
May I
doing that?
respond to
Mitch,
that
why
one?
Mitch, this ain't about you. I was leaving, man.
I know, but you make claims that are baseless.
But you
and
can
don't
do
even
that
know
when
what
I'm
words
gone.
mean.
Jeez, Mitch, I'm gonna let you close because Yacht just closed. I'm gonna let you close. Don't worry. But then I do have some questions from the audience I want to run through real quick, very quickly.
Hey, Randy, if we could, because
Hey, Randy, can I say something real quick?
No. What was it, Yacht? You said, so we're going to let Mitch close real quick. We'll move on.
Wait, but Randy, I do got a 2 hour cutoff. And if you want me to take these questions, I could take like 2 or 3 now.
Yeah. So I'm going to let Mitch do like a really short close, and then I'll read some.
What about Chaataza? Is he going to stay or?
Yeah, if he wants to stay for questions too, I would appreciate that. And then, Mitch, go ahead and close. I'm going to queue up some questions. Mitch, please close.
I have just
Sorry,
one
double
question.
mute. It's
I have
the
one
That's not what I meant. Go ahead.
So first of all,
Now, my
the word that he
question is if
translates
Mitch
is
knows
comely.
anyone that has all 63 books
All
of
right,
the Talmud memorized
63
into his
books.
down.
Nava. So the word, what he calls comely, is na'ava, not beautiful. It means virtuous, and it has to do with the fact that the soul of the person is beautiful, but it's lacking in good deeds. That's why it's referred to as dark. So you don't even understand the word beautiful as referring to would be yafeh, but it is na'ava, which means it is virtuous. That the source, the soul, is still virtuous, even though it's covered up by the lack of good deeds. So the problem is you're quoting texts where you don't even know how to translate them. You don't even know what they mean. And then you're quoting texts from rabbis like Medrash Rabbah where you don't even understand what they're saying. That's the problem you have. You're trying to make sense out of nonsense.
Well, okay. I just looked. We only have one question, so this should be really quick.
Yeah, y'all call it a closeout.
We have 2 questions. We have 2 questions
Okay.
for
All
the
right,
panel.
what's the 2 questions?
This
They for
first one's
me?
for you. The first
Okay.
one's for you, and then the second one's a little more fun. And I think you guys will like the second one a little more.
Okay.
This first one, can you hear me well?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
It's from Chaatazyach, and he says, and I'm gonna say it how it's read. So don't bite my throat, okay? Don't punch me in the head, okay?
Just read it, man.
The word nigga is not in the Old Testament. Niggas is the real Jews, confirmed by Jay Dyer. Low IQ retard, BTFO, confirmed. Tazaryach, confirmed W. So actually, that's not even a question. He just says you won.
He just wanted to make that statement. I think
just wanted you to
if
know
y'all
you won.
remember last week, no, not last week, I think like 2 weeks ago, I had read Acts 13:1 where the word nigger was in there, which is where nigger comes from.
You remember.
And I said, y'all gonna be mad when y'all gotta serve the nigger God and the nigger king. So I think that's why he responded to that. But what's what's the next question?
It's gay son or thought daughter from fentanyl.
Say one more time.
Gay son or whore daughter?
I don't know what that means.
Would you rather have a gay son or a whore daughter?
Both of them wouldn't be my son or daughter.
Okay, Mitch.
Neither one of them would be.
Mitch,
neither one of them would be
gay son
my
or thought
kid.
daughter? I need to know.
Same answer. I don't wish either anybody's son to be either thing, whether it's me.
No, but if you had
no, they wouldn't be. No,
Rabbi
Mitch. I said they wouldn't be my kids at all. What you say?
Yeah, like Yacht would disown his children.
Well, I would disown them kids.
I know he thinks he controls what his children will be, but I don't wish that on
Mitch,
I didn't say I control them. I just said they wouldn't be my kids.
Yeah, Mitch. If you had to pick
what would you do? Look, he can't even answer this question, Randy.
He won't even let the host talk. This guy, he's hilarious. He won't even let the host talk.
Hold on, Mitch. If you had to pick one, gay son or thought daughter, what would it be?
I think I'd pick a gay son. That would be my answer.
I knew he would, because he's gay. He definitely would.
I gotta pick one. You gotta pick one.
You gotta take the gay son.
Well,
Well,
That's
never
Yeah,
I'm
mind
not
the
listen, you can have
surprised.
female.
I'm not
you can
Carrying
have
surprised
on
that a
the
Jewish man would pick a gay son.
yeah,
well
I just
I'm not
want to
surprised.
say,
Tazaryach can have the whole her daughter. That's okay. I let him
yeah,
have that one.
yeah,
He
I
Neither
wins
just
one
want
of
to
that.
them would be
say,
my kids.
yeah, hold on, yeah, I just
Good.
want to say,
He wins the
thank
her
you for
daughter department.
I thank you so much for your time.
No
I
problem, man. I
let,
appreciate.
you'll be
Yeah.
back. You know it. We're
Yeah, hit
friends.
me up. Yeah,
Love
you
you,
got me
buddy.
in the back chat, man. Just hit
Hell
me up.
yeah,
I'll
buddy.
be more than willing to come
He'll
back.
be back.
Shout out to the platform. What's the other cast name you got?
Hop
Hot
like
cheese?
Lacheese.
hop like the cheese.
Hot lot La cheese. Shout out to y'all. Appreciate y'all bringing me on y'all platform.
God bless you.
All right, y'all
Have a
take
good
it
night,
easy.
man.
All right.
Yeah, so I'm gonna start bringing more people up. By the way, if you loved the show.